So when I say the word herbal medicine, what comes to mind? Cannabis, marijuana. Marijuana is an herb, but it's not the only herb out there. There are many other herbs available and herbs probably you didn't know existed, but they help in our everyday life. Sorry, I'm really nervous today. So not only are herbs a way to enhance our health, but they can improve our lives as we get older. We don't have to rely on pharmaceutical medicines. So as a person, I've been using herbs in my daily life unknowingly and knowingly so that I don't have to take prescription medication, or like when I have a headache, I don't have to use medicines all the time. So learning about herbs will help us better understand what herbs contain and how they can be used as medicine. So first I'm going to discuss herbs and their roles, and I will discuss where they can be found, and then I will discuss an experience that I've had with herbs. So in order to get a better understanding, let's explore the origin and why they're not as common today. So, so according to an article published by the New York Langor Medical Center, written in 2013, published by ESCBO, herbs have been traced back to the the 13th century, in which herbs usually were used by women in the forest. They would gather up different leaves and put them in a big cauldron, and they would be known as witches. So that's where we get the term witches from. The people from the town would go to their local witch to try to get better, because there weren't any medical doctors. Also, that's why herbs aren't as common today, is because in the 19th century, doctors started finding what was in the herbs, and they started putting them into medicine. So that is why they would sell the medicine, so herbs weren't as common anymore. Okay, so now that we talked about the origin of herbs and why they aren't as common today, let's move on. In order to get Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some different kinds of herbs and where they can be found and how they can help us. The first plant is a rosemary. Rosemary helps us with our I'm so nervous. Okay. Rosemary can be used in a lot of different ways at home. I have this bottle this is not my oil, but I put rosemary into my plants. It smells really, really, really strong if you have a plant. Garlic is another type of herb. It helps with blood pressure, diabetes, and your digestive system. Chamomile is also another herb. It's used in teas, as you've heard, the chamomile tea. It helps keep you calm. Caring for herbs is really not that hard. It's just like having any other plant. You probably wouldn't even know that you had it. So after defining what herbs are, discussing the different types of herbs, let us now explore the end result of using these herbs and how they're affected by life. So you can find different kinds of herbs everywhere. Ginger is another type of herb that you can see if you eat sushi. You use it to change your palate, but it's also used if you have like stomach issues or anything related to the stomach. Ginger is a good way to incorporate into our lives. Herbs are really, they're usually found in different kinds of stores. You can go to the farmer's market and find them fresh and organic. They just improve your overall health, and they can help you in the long run by preventing different kinds of diseases and different kinds of illnesses. One second. Okay, so now that I've talked about different kinds of herbs, their origins, where they can be found, I'm going to wrap things up. So first I talked about, as I said earlier, the origin, where they can be found, different kinds of herbs and how they can help us. So herbs are more than just plants that grow out of the ground. They can be traced back to early civilization, and that is why we should, that is what herbs are about.